Hi guys, today we're going to do a video for you about Major's rescue. We asked a question a while ago about what you wanted to know about Major, and there were so many questions, so we've kind of split it into 3 videos. So we're going to do this one first, which is the questions about Major's rescue, and then further down the line we're going to do questions for the parents and then questions for Major. So this one's the first one and we hope you enjoy. We got Major on the 21st of April 2020. We'd seen his advert about 5 days before, and it was actually the first time that Dogs Trust had released the dogs during lockdown. At first they weren't able to do adoptions and rescues, so there wasn't any dogs going on, and then just by absolute chance we looked on the website that day, spotted Major, and then it was about 5 days that he came to stay with us, and he was supposed to come for a trial, but obviously within an hour of having him there was absolutely no way he was ever going back. When we got Major, his advert actually said 4 years old, but when we got him, I found out a lot more information. He was actually 5. Major hadn't actually been 5 that long though. His birthday is the 8th of March, so considering we got him on the 21st of April, he wasn't that much older, and now obviously he's 6. Major came with his name. When we rescued him, we weren't sure whether we would change it. It's not the name we probably would have picked. However, once we got him, he actually responded really, really well to it. And the more we've got to know him, the more we kind of think that, it is the right name for him. We can't imagine him with another name now. But it is odd when it's not a name we chose. But yeah, as I said, he responds really well. We actually didn't know what we wanted. We'd been looking at rescuing for about 2 years on and off. We really, really, really wanted a dog, but we weren't quite in the position with work and being at home enough and being able to make our hours flexible and things like that. So we'd been looking for the perfect dog for a while. We didn't know when we would find it. We were kind of open to any dog if we're honest, but we knew we wanted a larger dog. But whether that was sort of a Labrador or whatever, we really didn't mind. We interestingly didn't know what a Malamute was when we first spotted him. Like everyone else we meet, more or less. We thought he was a husky, and then obviously it said on his profile that he was a Malamute, so I immediately researched Malamutes for about 72 hours solidly to check that we knew what we were getting into, it was the right thing. I joined a load of Malamute groups, and quite quickly really I knew that we would be absolutely fine with a Malamute. We knew they could be stubborn, so we set ground rules immediately and things like that. So nothing made us want to get a Malamute, it's just we spotted him, he was gorgeous. Really importantly, we checked and he fitted in with our lifestyle, things we like to do, things we want for the future, and it just worked out really, really well. So this is actually a bit more complicated to answer. When we got him, he'd been there, I think, a couple of months, but he was so unhappy. He went off his food, and if you've watched any of Major's videos, you should know by now that he's a massive foodie, but he was so depressed and sad that he stopped eating, which is just unbelievable. And also when he went in that time, he was 57 kilos, which is just massive. He's now 36 kilos for comparison, so going in at that weight was just really unhealthy, and he was really, really chunky. When we look at pictures of him now, when we first got him, he was about 49 kilos then, and the difference is just remarkable. He looks very, very different, a lot slimmer now, and He's got a lot more energy and he runs a lot faster. With his backstory, we sort of had quite vague information when we first got him. However, he had an Instagram account way before YouTube, and a couple of people have reached out to us who worked with him. So someone at the Dogs Trust first, and then someone that used to work there. So we've kind of accumulated a story, and we know that he came over from Ireland on a ship. They don't know anything about that. They just know that he arrived, and that was when he was really matted, malnourished, and yeah, not very happy. And then what happened was he was in the Dogs Trust for a little while, and he made friends with another dog who also came over, who was called Maxie, and she was a husky. And then they got on really well together, so Dogs Trust paired them so that they had to be adopted together because Major gave Maxie so much confidence. So they both got adopted by a family. They were with them for a year, maybe a couple of years, they're not sure, until that family returned them both and said they were having problems with Maxie. So they went back to the Dogs Trust, and then Dogs Trust decided to take them back and split them up. So the family wanted Major back, so they came back and got him, but for complete unknown reason they only kept him for a week and then returned him again, which made Major really sad, really depressed. So he's only really, that we know of, he's had one sort of proper home, and then we're not sure about when he was a puppy, because when he came to England he was sort of fully grown Malamute, but if you've seen Teddy then you know that doesn't take very long. The simple answer is that we don't know. As far as we're aware, it was a change in circumstances, but it is all hearsay and we've heard different things, so yeah. As I mentioned earlier, just browsing Dogs Trust, just so happened to see his profile pop up and could not resist. This is a tricky one. At first we were like, absolutely not. And I genuinely believe that Major needs all our love right now. Although he's been with us for quite a year and a couple of months, and he's very happy with us and very settled, I genuinely think at the moment he just needs love and reassurance, especially while we're working on his separation anxiety, and just life in general I think suits one dog at the moment. However, we definitely would be interested in getting another dog. I'd be lying if I say we don't flick over Dogs Trust every so often. In fact, only the other night we saw one and we were very tempted. It was a husky. So if we rescued, it wouldn't necessarily have to be another Malamute. We would be open to getting another dog that needs a loving home. We would be open to getting a Malamute though, but also we would be open to getting a Malamute puppy, just because when you have a rescue dog, it's not risky, but you don't know quite what you're going to get, and we would hate to have a dog that then would upset Major, whereas we know he's really good with puppies and that we could bring them up in a safe environment for both of them and keep them both happy. So yeah, maybe watch this space in a year or two, who knows. I hadn't met them before I adopted Major. I had seen some of the videos going around, the ones that went viral, like Phil's bath and things, but my brother actually followed them more closely than I did. I don't really watch YouTube, but my brother does. And once we had Major, he was obviously sending me videos. We were researching obviously just before we had him and watched a lot of their videos, really enjoyed them. And the other one we watched a lot of was Sherpa. So when we got him, I'd worked out that they lived close to us, just certain little things and places they were going. I'd put it together that we must be quite close. So I actually looked on their YouTube and found an email address and just sent a really random email and was like, probably don't want to meet me, but you know, this is who I am. I've rescued a Malamute and basically we'd love for him to have some friends. And then thankfully they were really keen, so we met up and yeah, just went from there. And I can, you know, genuinely say that we are actual friends now. At first it was, oh, I just hope Major will get along, but you know, me and Em in particular are really good friends, and obviously Major's really, really good friends with Phil and Teddy, and they all love walking together. They all get really excited. It's just worked out really well. I'd love to say yes, I really would. I think that'd be really cute to be like, you guys inspired me. But no, it wasn't. Mentioned earlier that we didn't know what we were going to adopt. We were looking for a larger dog.
Sit.
And that was it.
Good boy.
Now we know them, obviously, we would be really
Good
sold
boy.
on a Malamute if we hadn't found Major anyway. But that wasn't actually the reason. Although I can say that I'm very, very, very glad he's got such amazing friends in his life. So guys, I think that's all the questions. I went through and made a note of them all, and that's all the ones about Major's rescue. So if you've got any questions we didn't cover, obviously just feel free to comment below and I'll try and get back to them. If there's loads, I can make another video, or if not, just type in a reply. But I hope this has been interesting. We would always, you know, advocate rescuing when there's so many dogs out there unloved. However, we absolutely, completely understand it's not for everyone. And when you get a dog, you don't know exactly what you're doing. But we're really, really, really glad we made the decision to rescue Major. He's brought so much love and joy in our lives. And as much as we technically rescued him, you know, we've completely changed. Our lifestyle's changed. Our friends have changed. You know, we've met new people. We've had so much fun and laughter with him. Took him camping. It was my first time camping, and then bought a camper van basically because he loved it so much, and so did we, which, you know, I'm sure without Major we never would have done. So we've got a lot to be thankful for. So yeah, any questions, let us know, and I'll put the other videos up soon about the questions for us and then the questions for Major.
Good boy. What do we say? Thank you.